Hi, I'm in Stafford. I'd just like to give you a quick overview of my forthcoming sale on pipa on September the 23rd, where the entire breeding team and all my best races will be up for sale. I've had pigeons since I was 11 years old. I'm now 52 and hope to see 53. I've been competitively racing the birds since 1984. I think since 1984 I've been top prize winner in whatever federation I've thrown in for at least 16 years, or 16 years out of whatever years was left. I fly in the biggest club in my organisation, which is the Up North Combine, which has roughly about 1,800 members. I fly in the strongest club in the biggest federation. Our federation has 143 members, and these 143 members are all within a 3.5 mile circle radius, whatever you want to say. So the competition is really strong, because if you've got a bird 99 times out of 100, somebody else will have a one with you. I've always been on the lookout for birds to better the birds that I have. It's took me all over Belgium, Holland, Germany, always trying to source out the best. The birds that I have for sale will be the Gaston Van der Wouwers, there will be the Leo Hermans, there will be approximately 35 Aryan Barrecks, there will be my old family of Joss Tawny pigeons, which I have been a personal friend of Joss since 1998, and I only had from his very best. In the birds that I have left in my sale are my top breeders, which represent the best of his family, the best to the best, for the last 14 years. Like I say, I don't enjoy really doing what I'm doing at the minute, but this is just an introduction in why all my pigeons, my lifetime's work, is all going up for sale. I got diagnosed 2 months ago with a cancer, which is non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Hopefully it's not curable, but it's treatable. So somewhere along the line I'm going to have to go in for chemotherapy, as I've got like growths in some of my lymph glands, and I don't know what situation I'm going to be in when I get this chemotherapy. As I look after all my pigeons on my own, you should have seen through some of the photographs, it's quite a large setup, even though I don't race a lot of pigeons. And basically, to give myself a chance, I'm going to have to get rid of everything. The whole lot's going, lock, stock and barrel, and who knows, somewhere along the line, and if I get myself pulled together, I may start up again, I may not, just don't really know. But like I say, I've got to give myself half a chance, and the only way is letting the pigeons go. All the pigeons that I've bought over the years has never ever been for a money making game. It's only been to try and get better pigeons. Always, every penny I've made has been reinvested, and I've bought pigeons which only rich people would normally afford. Well, I can assure you I'm not a rich person. But like I say, the pigeons that I've bought in, 99 times out of 100, have always been as good, if not better, than the previous. But I have made some bad acquisitions, but every pigeon is thoroughly tested, and within 2 seasons, if it doesn't seem to be as good as what I've got, they go. I didn't get a good chance to test most of these latest acquisitions, because of the time factor that I've had them. So and also this year I've only raced part of the season. I couldn't race young birds this year, but like I say, the 1 year I did race the offspring of them, I couldn't have wished for better. They definitely did what they were supposed to do. I try to participate at all distances. I try with maybe the longer distance being my preference, but as a lot of the championships is decided on all categories, I ended up I had to get sprint pigeons in, I had to get middle distance pigeons in, and I had to have the long distance pigeons in. And to be a champion, you need to be good in all disciplines. I tried my best at all disciplines, and as I say, I've won pretty much everything I could win in the organisation in the area that I'm in. I've won 4 First Nationals. I've moved to my present location 4 years ago. I've won a gold, silver and bronze medal, which is the highest accolade I could get. Well, like I said, this pigeon here is probably the best pigeon that we own. It's a pigeon called the Machine. He has a 1st, 4th and 19th national. Out of 4 times going to 500 mile plus, he won a 1st, 4th and 19th national. Then he was put in a breeding loft where we bought him from Marshall and Son, Marshall's son and Marshall, Mr. and Mrs. Marshall and Smith, that is. They funny enough, they won 1st national this year from the Borges race, 580 miles, and I think that bird was off a sister of this pigeon, the Machine. So the bloodlines of this pigeon are like really seem to be doing the job, especially in the northeast where I live. I think them same guys had 11 out of 14 by dinner time on the 2nd day, when a lot of clubs in our area never timed on. The Machine, it is still early days with him, as I never raced any youngsters from him. All youngsters from him went to my friend in Reading, James Parker. I'm pretty sure that the offspring of this pigeon will definitely make a big impact on the long distance racing in the UK. He's based on the Rosa Blonde birds on one side and the Brockham birds on the other. His mother being a double granddaughter of Brockham's Euro Diamond, and his father being, I think, an Albrecht pigeon. Pigeon which were acquired. We've been following obviously, like a lot of people, the Rosa Blonde pigeons, and when the entire clearance sale of Prosrusen came up, we decided to go to the sale with the intentions of trying to buy a pigeon called Blue Prince, which was sold to the Great Wall. We never dreamed that that pigeon would make what it made. We knew it would make big money, but myself, along with another two people, we were going to invest so much each in buying the pigeon and then share the youngsters. In the sale, as a backup, we went around all the pigeons. In the event that the Blue Prince made money what we couldn't afford, which deemed to be the case, so we looked, and the pigeon that stood out head and shoulders above the rest of the birds was Primus Blue Prince, this cock here. This cock was a winning son. He won for Prosrusen, and we couldn't understand why this bird, or we now understand why this bird looked head and shoulders in condition wise above the rest. Obviously because his constitution was maybe that little bit better than some of the birds, but if all the birds is kept the same, why does one bird look so much better condition than the others? So as a backup, we marked him down that in the event we didn't get Blue Prince, we would then go for Primus Blue Prince. The sale went, Primus Blue Prince went, we didn't even get a bid on him. Sorry, Blue Prince went, we didn't even get a bid on him. And so we then went for Primus Blue Prince. We bought him. There has only been one youngster raced from him. That one youngster won first NEHU Open, the North of England Futurity race, winning approximately £5,000. That same pigeon is Northern Rock, also in the sale. He won also first provincial, first federation from approximately 3,000 birds. I think it was best velocity in the whole Liberation. He also had a fourth provincial stroke federation out of about 3,000 birds again. And I think at that day it was fourth best velocity in the whole Liberation. That is the only son raced from him. I'm pretty sure that this cock will definitely go on to become a sensation in the breeding loft, but as I said, I haven't had time to fulfill what was needed to have his children winning what I would expect them to win. Right, this is one of our next acquisitions. This was the Golden Monarch from Etienne Merlin. This pigeon was a direct son of the Monarch. When it was paired, the Monarch was paired to Perpignan Lady, two of the best long distance pigeons in Europe. We find that we bought this pigeon to cross in with the machine pigeons, to compete at like maybe the extra longer distance races. But the quality of youngsters from this pigeon are unbelievable. He is really something special, and we had real high hopes of this pigeon. But obviously that's not going to happen now, but hopefully whoever buys him I think they will find he's definitely a class above the rest. The feather condition is unbelievable, even though he's molting really heavy at the moment. But you would handle all his children and everything, they all feel the same. The feathers on them are really something superior to normal run-of-the-mill pigeons. He's a real character, and I'm sure he will do somebody some real good. is one of our acquisitions. This is Nadal. Nadal is very special. The youngsters of him are really special like himself. Nadal was bought at the Joss Tony entire clearance sale. He was one of the principal pigeons. He is direct from the father of First International Barcelona. When the father of First International Barcelona, which was I think the Road Thielen, was paired to Nadira. Nadira being Nadal's mother. Nadira was, I think, twice First National in one season, winning First International. I don't think any other hen has ever won in one season two First Nationals from the long distance. That was for Lothar Lothmeister, and then Joss bought her from the Brian Long entire clearance sale, and I think she has become a phenomenal breeder of top pigeons all over the UK and further afield. Nadal, so he is basically a son of a First International winner. When that hen was paired to the father of First International, so he's also a brother of First International Barcelona. I think this makes him very special, and I'm pretty sure that his winning genes will carry on for years to come, because the youngsters from him are a real class above. And all our intentions was to pair Nadal's children with Primus Blue Prince's children, with the Golden Monar's children and the Machine's children, and form a little family between them four cocks. They are our four principal pigeons. And it will break my heart to see them go. And like I can only say, they were definitely not bought to make money. They were bought to form a family of long distance pigeons to do our best, but time has cut everything short, so I'll never find out whether that I would have been right, but I'm sure they won't let the new buyer down. This is my good blue hen. She's bred from two direct Gaston van der Wouw's. She was first federation or provincial, whichever way you want to call it, from approximately 3,000 birds. Best velocity in the whole Liberation. These Gaston van der Wouw birds, as you will see in the sale, I only bought them in 2011. In 2011 they were so late, it wasn't possible to breed off many of them in 2012, but I did manage to get one or two youngsters from them, this being one of them. I can honestly say I've never seen any birds finish with the way these birds would come. When they finished from the race, they used to always come as if their life depended on it. There was something different about the Gaston van der Wouw birds for the sprint to middle distance races. And this has been an example of one of them. There is another good blue hen, 1532. She also won for me. But all I say is I've never ever had pigeons finish like the way these finished from sprint races. Here is my best Leo Herman hen. In 2011 I had been sending emails to Leo Hermans saying that I wanted to buy a small but select team of sprinters from his top 5 breeding pairs. I got my friend Pascal Arian also to ring in just to make sure that, like, I was a genuine guy, to let Leo know, and that I wanted to only to get them from his very best. When I went to his lot to pick the birds up, I was amazed at the quality of the pigeons. Every pair of youngsters that he brought out were better than the next. And this is the best hen. She's a direct daughter of the dream pair. In her very first nest, there has only ever been 2 youngsters raced from her yet again, because I only raced 41 youngsters last year. I've never been a big team man, but 41 youngsters was my total team, and I finished with 36. 1 youngster from this hen won first club, first fed. The birdage will be in the paperwork, but it was around about the 3,000 bird mark, and I'd say that is the only youngster raced from this hen. So I'm pretty sure she will do somebody some good. She's a very, very, very nice hen.